Welcome to the review of the Chengdu Hunters against the Shanghai Dragons. This match was a big surprise for me personally because I thought the Dragons were doing really well. The Scrimbucks leaks said they are one of the top teams, and they also beat the Charge really handily in that match. To see that the Hunters beat the Dragons in this match 3-0 was a big surprise for me. It's the only match I haven't watched yet this whole weekend. So yeah, let's get right into it. We've got the Hunters playing a classic spam comp. This isn't what the Hunters are known for. Normally they play the ball comps, right? But I think they're playing a game here with Dragons, because Dragons playing a very anti-dive comp. So if Hunters would go their normal Tracer, Genji, ball, then the Dragon comp would actually be like a really good, right? But now the Hunters are playing a spam comp, which is great on this Nepal Sanctum map, because you have the high ground here. Orisa can pull people off the map over here, and you generally have a very open point, which is very easy to spam for the Hunters comp. And on the side of the Dragon, we have the anti-dive comp, right? The rush comp. So I think Dragons were expecting Genji Tracer, but that's not what they got. And I think it's a smart adaptation from the Chengdu Hunters here. So let's see how this first fight goes here. And Hunters have a really good matchup here. They're gonna set up. They're gonna, just as the comp is called, spam the enemy team. These guys want to walk over the high ground or want to rotate. Advisably, they would rotate because this is really hard to get over, especially if I'm May on the Hunters. But let's see what happens. Try to go over directly. Believe can find a good wall. This is not. Okay, they start recharging their shield. This is a pretty good spot. Did you? The result being 3-0 for Hunters is a surprise, so we're really gonna look at why the Hunters were able to beat Dragons. And in this first map, you already see smart hero picks and choices. So Dragons actually positioned pretty smartly. They don't rotate too hard, right? They slowly force the Hunters off with their shield and matrix cooldowns. They keep recharging them around corners. And Void is now taking point. I think maybe Hunters could have held this a little more aggressively with Sigma on an off angle, but overall it's fine, right? Well, Dragons now have point. You have to do something, Hunters. Oh, at least didn't die there. Yeah, that's what the Dragon's comp is really good at, right? It's getting close and then brawling, because one, Reinhardt shield is really big. It has 1600 HP, and Diva Matrix is really good for 2 seconds, right? But then it has a pretty long cooldown. Also, Anna has a lot of healing, especially when she gets that nano boost. So it makes sense that the Hunters have to give up space to the Dragons with these comps. But I would like to see Amang specifically hold a little more ground together with Leave, so that they can actually get use of that Mei and get use of that Fortify ability from Amang as well. Because there's no Lucio speed actually. So it's hard for the Hunters to just run over, or for the Dragons to just run over the Hunters. Why did the Hunters give up first cap? Because they gave up really crucial positioning. I think the Hunters played a little too scared first fight here. Right? They're playing a little too scared. I would like to see Elsa maybe go on an off angle over here. And then start walking toward point because he has that solo shield. But Amang is actually the one that rotates first, right? So I don't like how they're having Amang rotate like this, because now Void can just cap point and the Dragons don't need to do anything anymore. Okay, we continue. So yeah, Hunters give up first cap. Try to go for sneaky pulls. This is really good for the Dragons overall. As long as they can maintain Rain Shield and Matrix, they're good. But it's still on point. Nice wall here from Leaf, but good counter wall from Dig too. But I just don't really get why Hunters gave up so much positioning. Like, they have a Mei themselves, which you can see now, right? They're going in. Lee Jae-gon gets picked. And then Jinwoo also picks Izayaki. So eventually the Hunters pick two. But it took time, right? This is a really good spot for Hanzo too. You can just keep climbing up and down. Jae-gon went a little too aggro. Oh, nice shot there on Izayaki. Dude, Jinwoo's a god. Remember last time they were playing play like Pharah Hanzo, and they had Leaf on Hanzo. Leaf did nowhere as well as Jinwoo did. Which patch is this? This is 1.45, Jonah. It's last Owl match. Izayaki swap. Oh, they full swapped the comp. So this is what I was saying, right? Dragons was playing directly to counter the Hunters dive comp, and they didn't expect the Hunters to roll out spam comp. So the Dragons full swap the rank comp. This is possible because they got the 40%, right? So it's not like they're already 50% down. They got the first cap, so they have some time to retake this. But they make tank swaps. Dude, Amang's playing Evil Toaster style. He's in the corner. Hey, dude, this fucking Mei. She's just sitting in the corner. Okay, this is fine, right? Oh, the ult comes out from Elsa. That's interesting, since they didn't get the pull. He did go Evil Toaster style. So kind of yikes the full switch, I guess. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good Sigma ult. It's so awkward to get through here against Mei. They had a decent wall, but Mei was on the other side. Yeah. This is just a yikes. That's a massive yikes. So they had the wall to get through, right? And then Elsa uses ult and Yveltal. But Elsa got a really big ult off with that Sigma ult. Yeah. Elsa only had to use... Well, BAP ult is good, right? But it's not like an insane ult. But they only really had to use 1.5 ult. And now they still have Mei ult, Orisa ult, and Zen ult, which in my opinion are like the best ults in the comp. Amang's doing the Evil Toaster again. And he can't do this, right? Because he has 2 shields anyway, because he has this one down. The other one's off cooldown now. So if he needs to replace it, that's fine for him. Dude, how do you even retake this, dude? You have the Mei over here. Maybe you need to wall off the Mei. Need to wall off the Mei like this, and then you rush on the 2 tanks here, I think. I don't think you can just walk in, wall off this side, and then get Mei walled. I think you wall off the Mei, and then you push in here. Because then it's still rough. Like, this is never going to be a good retake, but at least you also wall off the Hanzo. Well, let's see what they do here. Oh, they're going to go... Oh, they're going to go 4-2 split, right? So they're going to go for a split retake. So they're going to put their Orisa in main with the rest of the team. And then they're going to go right side with the Sigma and the Mei. Now, this can work, but if the Hunters are very smart, they'll push either side, right? They'll push either the Mei Sigma on the left side with their ults, or they'll push main with their ults. But if Hunters just kind of stay and do nothing, then this is very good for the Dragons. I do like this because walking 6-man through main is rough, right? Okay, so they walk in, they kind of get walled. That could have been way, like they could have like stacked up more and then walked in together, because Fearless kind of went just went, and then the rest stayed behind, so it was a very easy wall to hit. It's better to all stack up on the corner, and then 3, 2, 1 break ult and walk in, right? It's harder to get walled off that way. Still possible, but harder. And then Void and Ding are already getting contested here by Elsa. Hanzo ult comes in. They dropped the wall, I think. There. Fearless is just going in. He's living up to his name. Ooh, and they get Eviltal. So Ding and Void really making that flank work really well, right? Pressuring the enemy team. And then Fearless with really good decision making to just go and get a good pull. Like, normally you get walled off, right? And you kind of just like sit there and wait for your team to break through the wall. But not Fearless. He drops the wall too. I don't guess just because of the Hanzo ult maybe. Yeah, he just kind of just walks through. Smart. Because of this two-man flank, right? Gets a good pull. Leave is still freezing him, but at this point, they already got Yveltal on Elsa. Nice retake there from the Dragons. Hunters barely didn't use any ults except for the Hanzo ult too. Maybe they could have committed a little harder. But I mean, as soon as Yveltal and Elsa died, it's basically over. Did Yveltal even use his Vap drone? I think he just got surprised. Because if he could have used it here, and they could have lived for longer, then they would have had time to use more ults, right? Yeah, he just doesn't use it. Oh, he gets headshot by DM. What? Dude, you got a drone on a pull like this. Oh, what the fuck is that shot, dude? He's hacking. Can I get a .25 on that one, please? Dude, I can't see him. There's a Zenyatta in front. How does he see him? He just shoots him on the pull. Okay, nice job, DM. Nice headshot. Yeah, and Yveltal just wanted to probably put his drone down there. But was just a little too late, and he gets headshot. At that point, you're 2 down, so it's good from the Hunters not to ult after this, right? I like that. Good decision. Lee Jagon is old Brig. He's in the back line. Oh, he jumps off the map. And you might say he's an inter. But this is pretty smart, because if you have Brig and they have Baptiste, they're just going to outspam you. So this is a conscious decision. You swap to the Baptiste probably. So we can also spam the enemy team. But Dragons still have an ult advantage, right? They didn't use any ults when that fight was lost. And now they still have Trank, Orisa ult, and Mei ult. Good from them. Let's see, we have another split by the Dragons. They're doing a free split right now. And what I always see in these spam mirrors, right, is that the Mei and the Sigma, because they have very close range, right? Sigma doesn't shoot very far, and Mei wants to freeze really close. They go and hold an angle on their own. And then if they notice the enemy team is pushing, they'll push up themselves. If they're getting pushed, they'll give up space, right? So this is like to hold space. Normally the Kree will play with this squad, but it's fine for him to play over here, right? Because Kree also isn't like a sniper like Hanzo. So him playing here makes a lot of sense to me. So I like this free split. I don't think in the spam mirror that you almost ever want to have your Orisa and Sigma together unless you're like on a retake and you have to go through a choke, right? But since they both have a shield, I like the split. And you see already that the Dragons are realizing, hey, they used the bongo on this side, they're going to push on this side, so we're going to go aggressive on this side. So that's really smart from them. Still, Elsa and Leave are still holding this side, right? So it's not like they're just gonna get the push for free. There's gonna be a battle here. Ding ults on the Sigma. It doesn't get eaten. That was really close actually, I think. Let's look at Elsa here. So yeah, they push on through. Oh. What, he doesn't eat that? What? What is that, dude? Dude, he's jumping. Because he jumped. He didn't get it. It's like under him. What the frick? That's so sad. Dude, he would have eaten that too. If they eat this, they can just kill or like force his ice block at least. But now they don't eat it. Elsa is very sad. The second mail comes out, right? That's a good counter mail. Meanwhile, Izayaki on the other side gets a pick. Oh my god, he just domes him. Nice shots. Very nice shots. So yeah, see, even though the fight is going on over here completely, right? Because both males are used here. There's a trank coming in here. That means, you know, this side now has to do more because it looks like Hunters are fully committed to this fight over here now. Ameng walked all the way over here. So Fearless and the Shanghai Dragons on this side now get a reprieve, right? They get to push up now because it's just Yveltal at this point. So they should go there and find this angle because there's space there now, right? It's all about pushing where the enemy is weak. Kind of like chess, right? So you see how Fearless is pushing up. The side's weak there. Thing is gonna end up dying though. He can't get out of the counter mail, right? From Leave. That was a good mail. And they also tranked. And Izayaki obviously could not get there with Trank, right? Because he was back here. I don't even know where he is at this point. Oh, he's over here. Okay. But yeah. I could have even seen Izayaki and Fearless just push all the way up on this side and just stay here for a while and shoot, right? Just so the enemy has to retake it. But yeah, it's a 1-for-1 at this point. Jinwoo's still dead. Ding's dead. Leave and Elsa are still pushing. Ding's dead. So there's no Mei to stop the Sigma and Mei squad here. Izayaki is the trans. And I think at this point, the Hunters have probably won this fight. Look at how much space they have, right? It's still... oh, it just became a 6v5, but it's going to be a 6v6 again. But if you look at the space distribution, you see Ameng's got the point. The flank is totally secured for the Hunters. They're pushing the Dragons into a corner now. So unless the Dragons can get a pick from this corner, or they can peek out here and get a pick, right? The positional advantage for the Hunters is like immense here. And if you just look at like the top down from the map, you see the Hunters have all this space right now, and the Dragons only have this area. So it's natural that the Hunters can cap the point now, right? Let's see how this fight plays out. Oh, nice pull from Ameng. Pulls right off the map, and that'll do it. Oh, they do end up getting the cap. Void is still dead, so this fight's looking really good for the Hunters. And Elsa and Leave are just a death squad right now. They forced Ice Block from Ding again, and they're probably gonna kill Ding here too. Yeah, they just get him. Oh no, he gets the drone. They wall off the drone. Ding's a genius, or Leave's a genius. Look at this. So this is something you can do as Mei, right? You can wall straight on top of the drone, or you can wall the LOS. And it stops the drone from working. So Leave, absolute madman. Just wall straight on top of the drone. Completely disables it, right? Doesn't work anymore. And then they kill Ding. Very smart moves. And yeah, now they're 2 up. And the dragons have to push because they only have 10% left. Okay. And again, they're doing this hold again. This time the dragons don't have time to go for a flank here though, right? They have to just push out, be quick. Probably use the Sigma ult really fast. Oh, nice pull Sigma ult. But Jinmu's killed too. That should really solidify the win here. Let's look at Jinmu here. How does he get these 2 kills? The off angle from the Hanzo, very nice. So he double dinks Izayaki. Izayaki's jumping. It's very easy to get hit when you jump. But obviously he was in a corner, you can't do too much. And then he just ults it. Yeah, nice ult too. So clean play from Jinwoo, all that map. So I think what went wrong there for the dragons is they didn't play the space properly, right? On this retake from the hunters. Obviously, dragons were also unlucky. They rolled out with a dive counter, and instead they ran into spam. So that's a rough matchup for them, right? But they did get the 40%. They got the swap. So at that point, no more excuses, right? Kind of even. But what I would have liked to see from the dragons is instead of going to try and save these people here, because these people aren't helpable. You can't go all the way around and go and try and help them, in my opinion. I think that's too far. I think what instead they should have done was Izayaki, where's Lee Jae gone, and Fearless should have pushed up all the way over here when this was happening, right when the trance went. They should have pushed up all the way over here, taken this angle, and this would have been a very good angle to shoot at the enemy team, I think. Of course, it's easy to say, right? Maybe Izayaki should have been with this stack from the start because they were going to push up so aggressive, and he had the Transcendence. But if you're in this position right here, I really think you need to attack the space that's weak here for the hunters. But instead, they kind of do that, but Izayaki goes all the way over there, right? And then they're now weak in both sides, right? Feels like. Okay. Now we go next map. And also, they like swapped to the spam tanks, right? After the first fight. So that the hunters had like such a big ult advantage on their tank ults. That's a really big deal. Like you see how dragons only 9-10% on their ults and Ameng already has ult, right? And hunters have the cap. That means hunters basically get to win the next 1 or 2 fights if they just play the ult eco properly. Now dragons had a really good retake, right? With the split retake. But if you just looked at the ult eco, hunters could have won and snowballed more fights just based on ults. Okay, let's go next map on Nepal. This time though, the hunters are on the dive comp, but so are the dragons. So let's look at these 2 comps real quickly, right? You've got the dragons comp, which is spam with Pharah. Generally, you want to hit the Pharah rocket and then follow up as the dragons. This team is a lot more poke heavy than the Hunters comp is. Hunters comp is more give flankers resources and help them fight other flankers, right? They have the orb and they have the armor packs. So Leave on the Tracer can really go wild, while DM has nowhere near as much resources, right? So he's going to have to play a lot safer. Thank you for the follows, Raz Fox and Paninator. I'm terrible with names, so anyway, and especially Winston's band, right? So they're gonna play Wrecking Ball, and Ameng, as we know, is a god Wrecking Ball. So if I was the Dragons, I don't know if I would pick myself into this mirror, right? Because we know how good Chengdu is at chaos. Dragons are like extremely good, right? But they're not known as like the chaotic team. So Chengdu generally will like try and pull you down in their chaos, I feel. And overall, this is a pretty bad matchup for the Dragons because Leave and Jinmu should be able to take a ton of space, while Ameng can kind of fend for himself, right? But just because of the support picks here, Ding has to do a lot. Ding has to do a shit ton, or DM just gets pushed away and Dragons start losing, right? Because Dragons have a ton of tank heal, but generally Hunters comp don't really want to go for tanks. Good question. Why did Dragons pick Ana here? I think they pick Ana because if they pick Zen, Zen kind of needs to be pocketed and protected. So generally when you play Zen, you want the Brig or the Lucio, right? So you can kind of protect the Zenyatta. Ana is more self-sufficient. She doesn't need as much resources. So you pick Ana so that Li Jie Gan can put more resources into Ding. Also, Ana can heal Fearless and Void, while Li Jie Gan pockets the Fair. Okay, so let's see how this first fight happens. So as you see, the Hunters DPS are already trying to take a ton of space, right? This is what they should do. Ooh, but Leave insta dies. They get Izayaki though, but let's see what happened to Leave. I feel like he kind of tried to do what Edison did in the rain game. Just spearhead in. No matter what cooldowns you have, just fucking go. Oh, did they take the health back away from him? No, he got it. Did he get hit by a rocket here? Oh, he is getting hit by rockets. Nice angle there. Yeah, he just got hit by 2 rockets and blinked in. His supports couldn't really see him yet. I don't know. I think he kind of like went very hard. Maybe he needed like armor pack there. They do get Izayaki though in the trade. Nice slam from Ameng.
Come on.
But Jinmu also dies. That seemed very aggressive from the Hunters DPS. Very, very aggressive. And now they're just gonna lose the fight off that because Hunters have no DPS left. Like, generally what I like to say is that you always want to dive in the LOS of your supports, right? So that your supports can help you out with armor packs, with Ana heals. You can fall back to them very easy, right? But they kind of went really deep. They went all the way over here, where the Hunter supports had no business. Like, they couldn't see them by a mile, right? So very aggressive play from Hunters there, not paying out. I don't know, maybe they just saw the fair and they were like, we have to push. But I think they could have played that a little bit slower. Like, set up their supports first and then make a dive, right? Always set up the Zen. Okay, let's see what they do this time. They decide to set up the Zen on the right. Genji and Tracer are flanking left side right now. And you'll always see this free stack play together, right? The Diva and the supports, because Diva can't really follow up on the Ball dives, because Ball has so much mobility that he can easily do stuff on his own and get out, while the Diva can use his cooldowns for peeling, right? Matrix is a very good peel thing, and what Elsa's plan here is probably his team is going to go in and then he's going to fly on the Pharah Mercy, so the Pharah Mercy can't shoot DM like happened in that last fight, or he can't shoot their supports, right? His job is to kind of keep Ding busy. So Leave is going on the back line right now. Void is peeling. Jinmu goes low, but Jinmu gets back to the supports this time. Got a split fight right now. We've got both teams diving. Ooh, and Ding picks Molly. Wow. So the Hunter's already getting like really good value out of this fair, but I feel like they shouldn't be able to get this. See how he got that kill. Okay, so Rocket's getting eaten. Oh, so it's mostly the Fearless Slam that screwed over Molly. He just pulled out one rocket. And the way you want to beat the Fair Mercy isn't to necessarily just kill the Fair Mercy, especially as the Hunter's comp. What you want to do is you want to outpace the Fair, because the Fair takes some time to like get value out of her spam, right? She doesn't do like 1,000,000 damage in 1 second, but she does very consistent damage from range, right? So what you want to do is kind of set up either a dive on their supports to play faster, which is what they tried to do, right? They didn't set it up long enough, in my opinion. Or you can pressure out their tanks and force the Fair to go back that way by taking space, right? If their supports are this far back, it might be smart to just shoot out Void first or Fearless. But Molly ends up dying. Aiming roly. Okay, they regroup again. This time, Hunter's gonna go out top. Going out top is okay. They just have to consider that this is a really good angle for Ding spam, right? If they walk out of here. So they have to walk out quickly. And then get the spread, right? Maybe drop here. So they can push people out, actually. They can't, like, stay up here for a while. They have to really push out explosively, right? So let's see what's going on here. We've got Leave and Aiming pushing together. Izayaki still playing in this one spot where he's been playing all this time. And you have to consider that all Izayaki really has to do is stay alive, right? The Mercy doesn't really want to be pocketing him, so we shouldn't play too aggressive. Elsa kind of just walks out. Jin moves low ground. It's really up to Aiming and Leaf at this point. And Deve's been doing a pretty good job holding space as Tracer, even though he has like no supports that can help him. Yeah. Oh my god, what is happening? So the Mercy ult, right? I guess because Elsa was flying onto Ding or flying onto him. Molly's kind of stuck in here right now, which is okay. They're gonna live, right? But they're not really able to give too many resources to the DPS of Hunters right now, which is really what they want to do. They nano boost and barrage here, but he doesn't really get anything with this, I think. Oh, he gets Leave. That's a Leave die to nano barrage.
Justice.
Oh, he doesn't have Blake's, and he just walks into him. And then he also gets DM shooting him. How did he get in that situation? Okay, he's fighting DM. This is what he should be doing, right? And he recalls, even though he had a lot of HP still. Then DM's right next to... Where's DM? And then he's committing so many resources just to engage on this. But like, DM and Void are right behind him. And he doesn't have recall. So there's no way he can play this aggressive right now. He doesn't have recall and he doesn't have blinks. This seems like panic from Leave. Like he really wants to help his team or something. But he's just got to trust in his team and play on this angle right here. And push DM out. Seems like Leave is always playing greedy and getting punished for it, since healers are always under pressure. Yeah, I mean, he kind of has to play greedy, right? But this is too greedy. Like, he doesn't have blinks, he doesn't have recall. Generally, when you don't have recall as Tracer, right, you want to play safe. Fearless goes on Jinmu. Man, this fight's lost. For the Hunters here. If you look at a timeback, Hunters are gonna win this map. So I really want to see how that happens. Dragons did use free ults, right? Oh, Elsa had the bomb because he got demeched, I think. Yeah, he got debacked by Void. And Void's gonna get out, so nice job by Void. But Hunters are coming in here with 4 or 5 ults. I like this pathing, to be honest. I think this is the best pathing yet. Because this is a pretty safe spot for the supports from Hunters. And they also have this health pack. And if you peek out here, you can generally support your DPS. And if you peek out here, right? And all they really have to do is give the orb and the armor packs to Jinmu and leave. And then have Amang really do his own thing. Oh. Okay, so Jinmu engages with Blade. He goes for the Fair Mercy. Oh, interesting spot to Blade from. Wow. He's just gonna go or run. Oh my god. This man is balls of steel. Wait, is he this clean? He's so clean. Wow, that's so clean. Oh, he missed the dash though. Oh, he could have killed Lee Jae Gon as well. Oh, is he? Oh, he's gonna wall climb. Oh, is he gonna kill him? Take him out. Oh, oh, he missed. Dude, it all looks so easy in .25. Oh, he's gonna kill him. Oh, don't lose, Jinmu. Jinmu, don't. Okay, he didn't. He didn't lose. Dude, that was clean. He killed the Fair Mercy on his own. Nice job, Jinmu. Jesus. He just goes for the Fair Mercy. They only really used their mines from the Wrecking Ball and the Blade. Let's see what happened on the other side of that fight, actually. We were watching Jinmu over there. How's Molly POV? How's the rookie so far? Well, he's been having a tough time this map. There's been a lot of pressure on him. But overall, I think he was really good in their first match, which I analyzed. I haven't seen enough of this one yet, Banter Life. How are you? But yeah, I like this pathing. Ding obviously can't pressure them right now. He's getting bladed. And what goes on over here? Leave is finally going to get the support he wants for his aggressive playstyle. And Amang pops the mines on points and Fearless pops the mines on Molly. Ooh, and Molly doesn't... Oh, nice. So the mines kind of didn't go in here because obviously there's the high ground here. So Molly and Eviltal kind of stayed safe. Now they could make this rotation if they want, since the mines stay here for a very long time. Or they can stay here as long as they can shoot people, right? And they can heal the peoples. Elsa's kind of on his own, but he can just go take the high ground or do something. Nice, he's gonna go regroup with Amang. See, they're doing the rotation I was talking about because you obviously can't push this. It'll take years to remove all those mines. And Eviltal gets a nice stun. So you see how Eviltal is kind of the bodyguard of Molly? Like, he really has to just pocket him, keep him safe, treasure him, because Discord is such an important tool for this comp that as long as Molly's alive and they can use that, that's very good for them. Oh my god, he's the Molly guard. Okay, so for retakes, I really dislike Fair Mercy. I think Fair Mercy, as I've been saying, right, takes a long time to set up your spam. And the defender's advantage makes it so hunters can engage wherever they want, right? If they walk out of here, they can go. If they walk out of anywhere, they can go. Generally, Ding is really good, right, at Farah. But on retakes, people can just kind of hide from him. He has to overextend. Elsa can fly on him very easily. And it's going to take a while for him to get up his spam. I get that part of the dragon's idea here is to set up for the nano barrage. But Ding's only at 40%. Could have definitely seen Ding and Lee J come swap off here to something that more, you know, tries to secure the win for them. But I guess Ding is really good affair. Like, they could have went, like, you know, Fearless could have swapped to Reinhardt, and then Ding and Lee Jae-gon could have swapped to Mei Brig, to be more, you know, resilient to the Hunter's dive, because Hunter's gonna have a very easy time getting discords and dives on defense. Do you think the Shanghai Dragon tank line was picked because of how good their names go together? Must be, yeah. That's exactly why Void and Fearless are playing together, because their names go back together. But yeah, we see Ding is spamming right. He's trying to create space for the team. Meanwhile, Jinwoo's going for a pretty big flank over here, and Chengdu in general is playing pretty defensive. Ding is still flying, right? But as Ding is going for this stuff, team's getting engaged on. Aiming got boop, nice boop. You see how as I was saying at the start, DM should never be able to take 1v1s against Leaf, just because Leaf will always have the orb and the armor as long as he's playing in the LOS of his supports. So DM's just gonna get forced out by Leave every time, or he should be getting forced out by Leave every time. More spam comes in. I'd like to see the Hunters play a little more aggressive here. Oh, you both all might die here. Train comes out. Molly. Oh, and Jinwoo ends up dying. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan was here for the Hunters. Dude, I think the whole Hunters plan is we create chaos. If the enemy doesn't know what we're doing, you know, then it's good. As long as we don't know what we're doing, the enemy doesn't know what we're doing, right? Dude, Molly can't be diving. He's a million armor. They just rallied. Okay, the barrage comes out again. Surprised they do it before the nano was there. That's really surprising to me, because nano barrage is generally a tool that dragons as a team have always used. And seeing them just use it here on Molly without the nano, strange, because obviously if you hit the nano here, he would kill Molly, right? Outright. But now he just dies. The questionable decision there. I think they thought they had the nano, or would have gotten the nano, but they just didn't have it yet. A big slip up there. If he had the nano there, I think he would have won that fight. Oh, Diva gets nanoed. Ding gets rezzed, but Lee Jae-gon dies. This fight is over. It's all ogre. Another reset comes out, and Hunters actually only use both their support ults, which is really, really good for them. Obviously now they have Blade and Pulse Bomb, tank ults. Dragons only really do tank ults. So Dragons used 4 ults that fight and weren't able to get a whole lot of ults out of Hunters. And I think that's just a testament too to how good Rally is. Getting that 100 armor on mainly your DPS and your flex support just doubles their, or like adds 50% to their health. And especially on like Tracer, who can then fight the other Tracer while she has so much armor. DM doesn't have a chance, you know. Like you can add 100 armor to Tracer from the Rally, which will stay for 30 seconds. And then you can also armor him separately, and then he suddenly has 300 HP.
Time to read my ATM.
Area denied.
Mines come out from aiming. Good mines, right? They're pretty zoning. Would have liked to maybe see it more around the door, but overall it's good. Since, I mean, dragons can just go like this now. And I'll walk the point. Maybe he could have done it on point too. Not sure. Since dragons need to just go point anyway. But let's see how Jinwoo uses this blade. See if he can kill the Fair Mercy again. Oh! Aiming just goes on to DM, who gets his recall forced.
Area denied.
Blocks rocket. Oh! Jinwoo goes for the Fair Mercy again! Kill him! Oh, he gets shit on this time.
Wait for it.
He got hit by the mines, and I don't think he flew up high enough. Dude, this guy has a... He just wants to be... Dude, if you would have done it again, that would have been crazy. Oh, so what? Oh, so he doesn't have to dash up. Oh, so Jinwoo used his dash elsewhere. Why did he dash? He just used his dash to get out, I guess? Yeah. So him blading before he had dash up. Normally you would dash up to the fair, right? Right click. Cancel your right click animation with your ult. And then you ult and then you have another dash. So you can get up again and finish off the fair. But now all he had was like, you know, one slash. And that's just not enough. So him not having dash there is a very big deal. Obviously he was in the middle of mines, right? But that was also a nice air rocket from Ding. Yveltal and Molly eternally playing together. Oh, is he gonna save him? Oh, he's trying to shield for him too. Oh my god, he lives and he tranks. Dude, he just got his trank up. Let's see that again. He's 92. This is his last fight of the match. He's 92, free HP, and he gets his ult. He went out to free HP. That's crazy. Sick flick. Hey, cat. Dude, cat's invading my room. Dude, he gets his trank. Oh, cat's gone. Cat ran away. Yeah. Dude, 8 free HP, dude. And then gets the AoE healing from the Brig and the armor pack. Was it Fear? No, it was Sphinx. Oh, Molly. Getting forced by the fair now, but still. Yveltal is just there for him, dude. They're like couple goals. Make sure to follow, Stunna. Dude, fucking, they killed a fair and Mercy together. Dude, Molly's carrying. Yveltal, Molly. 1, 2. Oh, he misses 1. Oh, there's no Mercy right now for Ding. Wait, where's Lee J gone? He's Lee J gone. Things like, where's Coma? He would heal me here. Wait, he's with him? Oh, he goes to help Easy. Bro, Izayaki was full HP. He don't need no help. Fucking help your fair. He's being aggro. So yeah. They get split up. Oh, Izayaki still dies. Even though he's getting pocketed. And then Lee J. Oh, nice eagle jump res. Kinda clean. The super jump. Yesterday in my comp game, somebody said, can you do the eagle jump? And I did it. He was like, wow, you're so good. Felt like you guys needed to know that.
Clear.
That's why I called it the eagle jump. And then he did the res of it too. Advanced Mercy mechanics. But at this point, it's just cleanup for the hunters. And you see how the difference in the support line came out there. The Zen are really doing a lot for the hunters and the damage from Zen. But as I said, you can't really play Zen without a pocket for Zen, right? Because you can't play Mercy Zen that well, because then the Tracer's just going to go on your Zen, your Mercy needs to pocket him, and your Pharah is going to die at that point. Anna's more self-sufficient.
Nerf this.
So that's why the Dragons played Diana, but the support line for Chengdu did a lot there. And Zen is basically a third DPS, is what I always say. So if you can get away with playing Zen, it's a really good pick. Says Missouri. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I told you what happened in my comp games, okay? Okay, so let's see what's happening here. What the fuck is going on? We're going back. There's instant madness on this map. Okay, so let's talk about the defense comp here. From the Dragons. They're playing General Spam, right? But they have the Widow instead of the Hanzo. Also, they've swapped out both DPS this map. And they've swapped out the main tank. So they've made 3 player swaps. Which is interesting. That's a lot of player swaps right there. They've swapped out Ding for Fleta. They've swapped out Lip for DM. Which I don't know why, if you want to play Widow, you wouldn't just play DM. Because DM was a really good Widow last season, right? Very, very good. Especially when they were like playing like Fair Widow. DM was a god. And then Stand 1 is in instead of Fearless. I guess Stand 1 is their Orisa player, and Fearless is more of their Hammond player. But yeah, big swap ups coming out from the Dragons. And then for Hunters, they've swapped out Leave for Bacon Jack. Maybe Lip's the better Hanzo if they swap off Widow. That's a good point. I remember DM being a decent Hanzo last season. But maybe you're right. Sola. I think that's a good point. Maybe Lip is the better Hanzo. And you also swapped a Kree a lot here, but I mean DM's also a really good Kree, so. Have you ever played against a BOB Tracer? And if yes, is Tracer really OP? Tracer hasn't been meta for like the past year. So maybe is Tracer still good in season or in week 5 of OWL? His Tracer was decent, but Nene's Tracer looked better. So I don't even know if he's the best Tracer on his team anymore. His Sombra's really good though. I like his Sombra a lot. And generally he does a lot of calling for the NYXL. But I haven't personally played against him, no. I suck at Overwatch. Okay. So what is the Chengdu Hunters doing here? So we went over the Dragons comp a little bit. But now we've got the Hunters comp. They've got Elsa on Orisa. Push the cart now. They've got Ameng on Ball. Jinmu, Bacon Jack on Pharah, Widow. So I guess they're putting Bacon Jack in for the Widow. I know they also have Yang Xiao Long as DPS who they could put in. But in general, they are pushing Elsa on Orisa, so he can anchor cart, right? He can do a lot there. And also Orisa pool synergizes very, very well with both Pharah and Widowmaker. And maybe the Hanzo later on, right? So they're playing like a semi-spam with ball comp. They're just doing this to enable Ameng, I would say. I think they really like it when Ameng's on ball and they want to do everything they can to enable him. And I think one thing you'll see a lot coming out from Ameng. Oh, Yang Xiao Long was released? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so they just have Bacon Jack, Leave and Jinmu then as their DPS line, which is still a really good DPS line, right? But Bacon Jack then is their Widow specialist. He's in Africa right now. What is this rollout? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. You guys see that? He was over there. Okay. So you've got Elsa who's gonna go on cart. Right? You thought Leave had a great Widow. I think Leave is more of a projectile specialist. And Bacon Jack is like a real hit scan one trick. You know, he plays just Widow and Kree, I think. Those are his best characters, so makes a lot of sense to put Bacon Jack in. Maybe he can swap to Hanzo, so I'm not too sure about what his full hero pool is. I just know he's a good Widow. Anyway. Widow is Leave's weakest hero, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Leave is just a great projectile player. Not too good of a Widow, probably. Anyway. Amang on the Wrecking Ball. He's going to try and dive and create space, right? He's probably looking to go like from here. He's looking to boot people up so that Bacon Jack can snipe them. But what's really interesting to me here, and hunters in general just want to play slow, right? They want to play off the Hammond, and they want to play off spam they get from the fair. But what is Bacon Jack doing, guys? He's freaking setting up for the biggest rollout of all time. Okay, so let's look at this in greater detail. So, I need a sip of coffee for this. Okay, so Bacon Jack rolls out of spawn. Yes. He skips LOS. He tries not so that the enemy team sees him. He's sitting up here. I guess he's waiting for his grapple cooldown. And then he goes over the roof with the sickest rollout I've ever seen. And he's now in the enemy spawn. I guess he's waiting. Oh, he's going to go on this ledge. That's really smart. Jinmu's now above the enemy team. And I guess he's going to go on the arch. Oh, this is sick positioning. Oh, hit the shot too. Oh, he didn't hit the shot. Close though. No. Dude, that's a sick rollout though. I didn't even know you could go over that roof over there. He went over here and he grappled up. And he landed on the other side. Dude, that's a sick rollout. And then he's over here and now he can shoot the enemy team. Good stuff from Bacon Jack. Or whoever came up with that. Because now, Jinmu went above the enemy team, right? I don't know how aggressive he's playing. Stealing that for when I throw my next rank game. Genius. Jinmu's playing really aggro. So yeah, Jinmu plays over the roof, right? Just so the Pharah can't shoot him. He's gonna like always play LOS of where the Widow can't really shoot him. Makes a lot of sense. New patch notes? Okay, we'll look at that after this map. And then, ooh, Jinmu. Very aggressive. If he gets pulled here by the enemy Arista, he's just screwed. Let's keep an eye at Jinmu here. Dude, he just dunks on them. He just tries to get in their face and kill them. Lep is trying to shoot him. Dude, he is so deep. He has no cooldowns. What is this man doing? He lives too. Yeah, he's gonna live. That's crazy. Yeah, now there's no space. Like if you look at the space. And then look at the Shanghai space. There's a big difference there. Like, at this point, there have been no casualties yet, right? But if you just look at the spacing of this fight, you can already see that the Hunters are very likely going to win this. They have Bacon Jack over here. Good spot. They have Jinmu in a good spot, and they generally just have Dragons in a corner, which is exactly what you want to do. Oh, you're right. Maybe finish this VOD, then do patch notes because you put the VOD. Okay, that's true. Maybe I'll just finish this whole VOD and then look at the patch notes.
Holding position.
Shield engaged.
Okay. So yeah, as you can see, because the Shanghai had no space, right? It becomes really rough for them. Like this nice rollout from Bacon Jack coming over the top here, setting up, has screwed Dragons completely. Also, they had a chance to kill Jinmu, right? They didn't do it. But now, look at where Dragons are. They can't move anywhere. They're just going to get shot from multiple sides. And they have to make a big breakout play. They have to like find a pickle of Widow here to even it out. Right? Yeah, and they're just going to try and int on cart. This is pretty smart. They're like trying to make a breakout play onto the cart. Good move from them. They can just sit still and get spammed. Izayaki ends up dying though in that, engage. Molly ends up dying too. He gets split off. But just a really good reaction from Shanghai. But at the end of the day, the Widow has high ground. Oh, and now they get to go away with the cart. So this is really bad for Shanghai. If they could have kept the cart there, they could have blocked a lot of damage with the shields. Okay. Oh, Elsa's won. They kill him. Yeah, I think stand 1 really has to just sit on cart here. Oh, and the cart rolls away. Yeah, that's very bad for the Shanghai, because now they have to like go chase the cart, which is obviously not what you want to do.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
The res comes out. Bacon Jack gets forced out. He finally dies. He stayed a little too long there. Probably wanted to rotate as the enemy team rotated. He probably could have went over here, then went over here, right? Good angle still. But he stays on top a little too long. You always want to rotate away from where the enemy team's really strong, right? So they all went inside of the red house. So now you have to like play opposite sides. They also freeze aiming. Dude, Jinmu's just playing this enemy team. Okay, Ameng finally dies. I don't understand how they haven't like made a pull play on Jinmu yet. He's playing so aggressive. Like if they could just Orisa pull him into Widow LOS, then the Widow could just headshot him. Okay. They pulled him. Wait, Bacon Jack killed Izayaki. How did that happen? Bacon Jack was dead. Oh, Bacon Jack came back from spawn. Bacon Jack peeks. They were all just looking at Jinmu, dude. Fucking hell. They didn't expect Bacon Jack to be back yet. Okay. And yeah, just generally on the Rado, it's just very rough since, or like it's normally very rough for the attacker, right? Since this has a lot of cover and this arch is like hard to go through, so you only really have 2 sides of engage. You have either the arch, which a lot of teams do go through with their main team, or you go for the high ground, right? And then you walk out here. But still, generally, if you look at the LOS here, Dragons have like a really good setup on the defense here. So them doing that first fight flip, where they kind of managed to get both Bacon Jack and Jinmu behind, and they kept the Hunters over here at the edge of the market, was really, really good for them. But now the Dragons have set back up a little bit, right? They haven't gone for pull rock play once. Yeah, that's another thing. I think they can go for the pulls on the Pharah a lot more. So let's look at where stand 1's pulls are going for a little bit. Well, right now they tried to go for it, but they missed it. They tried to go for the pull rock, but they missed it. Yeah, pull comes out. But what? How does that not hit? how does this rock not hit? Jeez, Rick. The rock is inside of Jinmu. It's on his legs. Oh no, it hits him. It hits him. It does hit him. Is he gonna die though? No, he flies back up. I'd be pissed at this point. That's stupid. Oh, Lip dies. Oh no, it's the strength of Ball, right? You can like do these crazy rollouts, aiming style. How does he get there, dude? Dude, I swear, Chengdu Hunters just sit in custom games for like hours, just finding random spots to get to people on maps. Oh no, Lip just drops. Never mind. What is he gonna do? Like a sick rollout to get to him? Dude, this guy's so good at Ball. Oh no, he barely didn't kill him. Jinmu then ults and kills himself. What is happening? Game is chaos. Jinmu just got pull rocked. Low HP. This is good spam. Oh, but he gets... So generally what I've seen Pharahs do a lot is when the Sigma shields get that close, they look the other way and like not hit the Sigma shield. In this case Jinmu didn't do it, but I've seen Pharah players do that a lot. Nice insta res though from Yveltal. Dude, how does he get it that quick? He just has the E button, like he's like spamming it. He's like, guys, I got him. Nice, right there. And now at this point, Hunters have finally taken the point. And if you look at the ult situation, they didn't use too much. Like Dragons also didn't use too much, right? They've just finally got their stuff up. But only Pharah ult here from Jinmu. Wait, I'm muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. I'm confused. I'm getting trolled. Trolled by mods. Okay. Jinmu again, using the high ground to play LOS.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Oh, nice pull. Holy shit. Elsa's a genius. Guy's an Orisa genius. Look at this. This is mass brain pulls.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Look at that. Boom. Who expects that pull? Nobody. Stand one, you're getting pulled, buddy. Goodbye. And now there's no Orisa on the high ground. Which, I mean, isn't the end of the world. But it's a nice pull. Oh, well, it is when Void also drops. Now there's no shield on the high ground.
Cease your resistance.
I think the way Dragons really want to retake this is get big value out of their Mei and find fights closer and use pull rock to deny Pharah. Like if Jinmu uses his shift and he also doesn't have E right now, I'd like to see stand one just throw a pull at him. Let's see if he does.
What is that melody?
He doesn't. He tries to pull the backline. Oh, they pull Sigma ult. So that's good as well, right? It doesn't hit too well though. Yeah, that was... The pull didn't hit him. That was rough. That was a little too aggro on the pull Sigma ult in my opinion. I think if he goes up here, right, he got booped, it's fine. But if he tries to pull the Pharah here, and they also rock the Pharah at the same time with the Sigma rock, so they pull rock the Pharah, I think that'd be a lot easier than trying to like go really deep with this stuff, what they were doing here. The pull Sigma not working out.
Cease your resistance.
VJ gone. It's kind of far up. Jinmu rockets himself. And Lip's just getting pressured, dude. Maybe they just gotta swap to the Kree from the Widow. Oh! As I say that, though. A nice shot. Dude, Jinmu hit himself. That's so unlucky. He hit the gate. Oh! Think him! Nice Discord, too. From Izayaki. Dude, there's no way he reses that. Oh my god, he hits the wall. Oh, they try and rock him. Eveltal jukes. They've got the bongo up. Which is a really good ult. I always say it's the best ult in the game. Gives a 50% damage boost to the whole team. Okay. So, Hunters do end up taking it, but they use a lot of ults. So this isn't the end of the world for the Dragons in my opinion. Dragon still has a Baptiste ult, they have Trance, and they have the Male. So, as long as the Dragons can win this fight, this next fight, with only some of their ults, they can like maybe walk out instantly Baptiste ult, try to pull the Pharah Mercy or some other people into the Baptiste ult. And then if things get hairy, they can trance, or they could go aggressive with Mayo. Right, there's a few things they can do. But they should really win this next fight and start retaking the map that way, right? Because it's very hard to retake as Pharah Mercy, but it's really easy to hold points as Pharah Mercy. Because they can, for example, play here, shoot people, but it's hard to get a sightline on them, right? But when they have to retake through here and like fly over this and the Widow standing back here, then it's really easy to get headshot. So it's all about that LOS that the Pharah has when, you know, you have to retake into her. Because this is going to be really hard to get a sightline for Lip, right? Because he's like right above them. Okay. So they do what I said earlier, right? They Baptiste ult, and then they just burst Elsa with a pull. A nice pull. Yeah. A nice headshots there. A-Man comes in. But really, Dragons should not be able to lose this from this point on. They've also popped the wall hacks. Yeah, and now it's going to be a lot harder for the Pharah Mercy, right? Because as I was saying, they're going to have to retake. So where did they... I think you just play ground Pharah Mercy and like try to go over here maybe, or you go all the way around here. I think around here is probably best for Pharah Mercy at this point to try and get on Lip. Because close range is actually pretty hard to kill Pharah Mercy as Widow. But long range is very easy, right? Especially when you have all level aim. Oh, A-Man dies. A-Man was in the spawn. A nice pick on him there. He dies late. And still, Dragons have a bunch of... Oh, Lip dies though. Bacon Jack coming out. Taking out the opposition here. Oh, nice shot. Damn. Got a dot 25 on that one. Dude, he knows. This man's just holding the angle. He's playing CSGO. I think he cast a little glimpse of Lip there. Oh, he saw him again. Lip scoping, and then Bacon Jack just domes him. So Bacon Jack playing CSGO, holding the angles. Yeah, as I was saying, Jinmu goes around this way. Lip is dead at this point, so they can go mega dega aggressive, right? There's nothing to really contest the Pharah Mercy. Nice dodge on the pull there from Bacon Jack too. Yeah, now Hunters have to give up all the space again, right? This is very rough for them.
冻住，不许走！
Fleta comes out with mail. Nice mailed onto Amang. He should really die. Elsa even tries to shield him, but that's not gonna help. And Izuyaki still has trance too, so it's like still fine here for the Hunters. As long as this Pharaoh doesn't get too much value. Lip's gonna come back. Lip's back right now. So it's a 6v5 again. Wow. Jinwoo's going on the biggest flank I've ever seen a Pharaoh go on. But he doesn't have a choice, right? Wow, they killed. They kill Izuyaki too with the flank. Dude. Nice shot there again from Bacon Jack. Ooh, body shot from him. Nice. Oh, and then Lip misses the shot. That was definitely a shot Lip could have hit, I think. Lip hasn't been very impactful on this Widow.
Justice reigns from above.
His whole team just dying all around. Oh, this is another shot. And now he's screwed.
Into the iris.
But yeah, just a flank coming out there from Jinmu. Lee Jae-gon being a little bit late on the drone. And then Bacon Jack also finding a nice angle to shoot Izuyaki.
I'd rather not.
Izuyaki still comes in with a late trance. They're really fighting for this point still, but where's Void? Oh, Void is coming from the flank. Might be good then.
I feel unstoppable.
Flat up. Also killed Aming. They have really close spawns here, so if they can just keep stalling. Never mind, they're not gonna keep stalling. Molly used the nano on Elsa. Now Elsa's also ulting. Elsa's like, please don't let them come back in. A pretty sloppy ult usage in there for both sides. Elsa really didn't need to use the Orisa ult there. Very good ult, Orisa ult. And now, maybe what you were saying, Soul is right. They're putting Lip on the Hanzo now. Hanzo's a lot better on this third point. There's not very long sight lines for Widow. And Hanzo's more of a medium-ranged DPS, right? He's very good shooting shields and then shooting people that are closer range. And he's very good with vertical mobility, so it's easy for him to climb up, jump down, climb up, jump down.
Personne n'échappe à mon
Which is
regard.
what Widow's not very good at, because she can only get up once and then she has a 12-second cooldown on her grapple.
Cease your resistance.
Dragons walk up. Only ult they have is Bongo. They push up. They force Elsa's fortify, but generally this Bongo is really early, especially because the Hunters still have 2 minutes. So kinda Dragon or Hunter should just wait this out. They even make a rotation for high ground, so nice job there. And this Bongo didn't give very much value. I always hype Bongo up to be the best ult in the game, so if they're gonna waste it like that. And Jinmu swapped over to the Genji. So Freya is pretty bad on this third point. Just because there's not much space to hide in the air, first of all. And second, it's just really rough. Like, a lot of the fights are going to be close here. And then just a pull, rock will just fuck you up. And it's just hard to get angles. There's no cover here. What Dorado second point and mostly first point has is a ton of high ground cover, right? You have this tower, you have this building, you have this cover you can use. You can even go back here, right? There's a ton of aerial cover for the Pharah that you can use to avoid LOS on the enemy. But if you look on this point, there's nothing. Like, only this little piece. Which, who's gonna use this, right? So, really, good swap from Jinwoo there. To swap off the fair to go on the Genji because he had just used ult, right? Bad bongo from Dragons there. Because Hunters just rotate up high ground. Maybe what Dragons could have done and what would have been a lot better was walk out of spawn smarter, right? Everybody instantly walk high ground. Set up here. Bongo behind this pole or something. And then take high ground and push, right? Because then it's harder for them to hide from you. Or at least then you have high ground, right? They do go high ground. But then why do they drop? Oh, they get pulled. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Right, never mind anything I said then. But still, bongoing like this. Meh. Elsa can just walk away. Amen gets slept on low ground. They kill people on the high ground with the helmet lines. And at this point they're just gonna clean up. Nice rotation there from the Hunters, but just not that great of a bongo engage from the Dragons. Nice pull off the high ground too from Elsa. Dude, Elsa's fucking got the Orisa tricks, the tips and tricks with the pulls. Okay. So what's going on now? Lip has swapped over to the McCree. Like I said earlier. Probably a counter directly to Jinwoo on Genji. Good swap. Pull comes out onto Lip. Dash 2. Let's see who wins this duel here. Lip can stun the ground to kill Jinwoo here. Nice, he does kill him. Dude, Genji deflect is garbage. Especially against Kree. And Lip does end up dying. That's a 1-for-1, and that's good for the defense here since spawns are so close. More trades, right? Molly ends up dying. That's a lot of healing. Izayaki has the high ground. What? Izayaki gets killed. Oh boy. That's a big bit. What is this angle? Nice angle. Dude, Izayaki just doesn't know. He doesn't know chat. Whoop. Yeah. Dude, he hard scoped. Izayaki was hard scoping over there. Dude, they've just traded places. That's a good kill though for the Hunters, because now they have this high ground control again, right? Which I've been talking about. Ooh, are they actually gonna win this? Dude, the spawns are about to come in. Lip is back. Ameg's also back though. Oh yeah, Ameg's is still in the fight. Dude, who's winning this fight? Bacon Jack's still up. Oh, and one dead. Dude, Ameg is so good at ball. Disgusting. Oh, nano boost onto Void to contest.
It cannot be stopped.
Lee Jae-gon has rally. There's no way Shanghai lose this anymore. Yeah, there's no way. Nice blade. Dude, they had the nano blade. Wait, he had nano blade. Tried to clutch up. Dude, he got instantly stunned and rocked. And Molly's like, let me give you nano. I'm 97%. Jinwoo just kind of goes for it. But if he had waited, or like played to stay alive, or played for next fight, they would have had Nano Blade. Maybe they could have won. But he kind of just went for it. Now they just have Nano. Is that a Jinmu classic? I don't know.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, they don't even get the card. Wow. Wait, what did Ame? Wait, he swapped off ball in the last 20 seconds of the match. Why did he swap off ball? He could have just touched on ball. He's like, guys, don't worry, team. I'll go Sigma. We'll go Sigma May because we only have 20 seconds left to touch. Genius. Genius strategy. Oh, Bacon Jack's like, oh, I gotta go Kree, guys. We only have 10 seconds, guys. Fuck, we gotta get the card. Ah. Nah, really though. Aangmang's brain here far surpasses mine. Guys, my team's throwing. I'll finally swap off ball. We only have 20 seconds left to touch, but I'll swap. Sorry, team. Sorry I've been trolling on ball for the entire last season and just now. I'm really not that good at ball, so I'll just go Sigma. Oh, we only have 20 seconds left to touch? It's fine, guys. It's no problem. I'll touch on Sigma, guys. Oh, Bacon Jack's like, oh, I gotta swap to Kree, dude. Kree's the answer here. And then they're like, guys, we can't touch. GG. Amang's like, noob team told me to swap to Sigma. Idiots. Okay. So, good attack overall for the Hunters. Especially first point, I liked. They've probably talked about how they were approaching that attack. And it's generally just a really well thought out attack and well played. Atomic Skull asks, who is your top 3 Genji and Owl? Good questions. We don't even see that much Genji. But I think Haxel's probably the best Genji and Owl. He's really, really good at Genji. Especially because he plays really high sense too. Plays it very, very well. I think Erster is also insane at Genji. And then probably third is Who Are You? But yeah, if I had to give you a top 3, where I haven't analyzed that much Genji gameplay, right? So take this with a grain of salt. But definitely Haxel, Erster, and then probably Who Are You? But I'm not too sure about that first spot. Any tips for an inspiring coach, analyst, or cast? I think look at a lot of VODs. Especially as an analyst, you can look at trends, right? Like, why are our teams playing this specific comp and how are they playing it, right? And it depends on like what way you want to go though. Like, are you looking for a team? The way I found a team was have connections in the scene, right? My first team was on 1 point, and I was a player before, so they just gave me a shot, and then I worked my ass off there. And that's how I got further, you know, like showing players that you're smart and that you're good at what you do. No, not just have connections. My first team was unpaid as well. But just showing players that you're smart, and then they'll go on to better teams, right? And then they'll recommend you, etc. Yeah, and I know a lot of like even contenders teams are still looking for analysts. So starting at T3 or Tier 2 shouldn't be too hard for a coach that has built up some sort of resume. Anyway, back on track. Let's look at the rest of this VOD.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay,
Stop the payload.
so let's see here. Hunters with their Crazy stuff. Have finally gotten Amang off of ball. They've stolen him. Amang, get on Orisa. They're now playing a spam comp, but they're playing the Farah Widow, right? Which is why Bacon Jack is in. Jinwoo's phenomenal Farah. Bacon Jack is doing great on the Widow. And Dragons, instead of playing like, a really mechanically smart comp, they decide to go for the outskill play, right? They're like, hey, we're better at these characters, so we're going to mirror your comp instead of maybe playing the Mei Hanzo. Oh, never mind. I'm eating my words. I think they're going to go Mei Hanzo here. Oh, never mind. They're swapping back, so they're really not sure what they want to do. So they're going with oh, no, no, what? What is happening? They just made 20 hero swaps in like the time of 30 seconds. Alright, once they finally get out of spawn, I will analyze their composition. Okay, is this it? I think this is it. Wait. What is this composition? They're like playing dive, but then Lip is like, guys, I have to play McCree. McCree counters fair. But really, why not just play Widow here? Like, Kree is very pocket reliant, in my opinion. Like, if you play Kree, you should play characters to play around Kree. Like Orisa, like Zenyatta, right? Because Kree can't one-shot people like Widow can. But Kree does more consistent damage. But to do that consistent damage, he needs pocket. And now, what I feel is just going to happen is he's just going to shoot Amang's shield, and they have 0 other shield damage, and then they're just going to lose. Why not just play Widow here? It doesn't make too much sense. Because Widow requires less pocket, right? So that more resources can go into Fleta here. Fleta's going to go for big flank. Nice shot there from Jinwoo. Then one is slept. I don't know. Just Seoul is kind of being dragged into the chaos of the Hunters. And I think what beats the Hunters is very structured play. Spark beat the Hunters playing very structured team comps. Like, they played a lot of Orisa Sigma and then Mei McCree. And then it's kind of, it wasn't perfect, but they countered the Hunters by playing very structured. And what Dragons is kind of doing here is like saying, hey, Hunters, we're better at these characters that you've been grinding, right? Which, I mean, if you are better, then sure, it's a good answer, but they're losing, so be a reason for that. Also, Stan 1 isn't really known as a ball specialist to me. He's not aiming, So it's like, ball is a very hard to play character. So, holy crap. Jinwoo's just hitting the longest range rockets on Fleta right now that I've ever seen. Kinda crazy. Dude, he hit Lee Jae-gon too. Fleta's not having a good time. But you see how Hunters, when we were watching the Shanghai defense, they couldn't get out of this because Hunters went for these crazy flanks. But Hunters actually now, they have a lot of space on the defense. Like, this is just a good defensive setup. They have Elsa and Amang in the front, right? Who are going to pull rock whoever they see. And then Jinwoo and Yveltal are going to play around this tower. And the rest of the team is going to play spread out in the back right. They have the Ana so that the Mercy can really focus on pocketing the Pharah. My god, Jinwoo's just hitting all the long range rockets.
This will only hurt for a minute.
Oh, Lip did a hook shot on Jinwoo, almost hit. Or he hit a body shot, just didn't hit the headshot. Yeah, what's kind of just happening is they're just having duels all over the place, right? There's Pharah Mercy duels, there's Widow duels, but But the thing is, Hunters isn't really pressured to go out and take these duels. So they can kind of just wait their moment, wait till the enemy team, pushes a little too far for those duels, and then they can strike, right? Like it's Hunters just have to contest the cart, and they're already winning. Already 2 minutes off the clock, and it hasn't really been a real fight. Now, what else is happening? Stan 1 is diving the backline. He got slept. Also naded. Lip is dead. But yeah. Not going too well here for the Dragons, because as you can see, all these ults are coming up for the Hunters too. Like, feels to me like Hammond D.Va is like an okay attack, right? But you really have to find and set up angles, and you really have to set up your DPS to win these duels. What's happening to Lip right here? What's for the hook shot? Almost hits it. Nice shot. Nice shot on Elsa there. Yeah, then he just gets flanked. Jimmy just kind of gets him, That's rough. Good job by Jinmu though. Where's Evoltal right now? Oh, he's just in the back line. Jinmu said, I'm going alone. I don't need you guys. Tank fight in here. But I mean, the Hunters tanks are just much better at brawling against the other tanks, right? Like, Orisa and Sigma both have their own shield. So they can really play around that shield. And D.Va really has to play to set up her carries, right? And maybe deny the enemy fair mercy instead of what is happening right now, because they're not going to win that in there. Oh, A-Man gets an arrow too, so Izuyaki's dying. Then 1 is 1 HP over here. It's just Shanghai is looking for all these duels, and they're playing like a harder duel comp than Hunters is right now, because Hunters have a spam DP or tank line, right, to contest the cart. But it's just not going too hot for the Dragons right now. Like, they're not finding any DPS kills, and they're also not finding any good dives with the Hammond that they have. It just seems weird to me that they wouldn't play like their defense comp, but then on attack, right? Because then they could actually force a fight on the cart instead of trying to force all these DPS fights all over the place.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Wallhacks comes out for Bacon Jack. Knows that one's behind here. And one nearly kills him. Stance was putting a little bit of pressure on Bacon Jack, but at the end of the day, Stan 1 can't get any healing unless he goes and takes health packs. Oh! Oh! Hit him! Oh, he almost got him. Is Jinmu gonna finish him now? Dude, that was dangerous from Fleta there. And now, Void is finding value. But it's already been 3 minutes, by the way. Like, there basically haven't been any fights, like any real fights. And it's already been 3 minutes. Yeah, Void goes on the Bongo. Bongo's a really good ult, so obviously you want to focus it. Finally get the Bongo. Or it disappears, I don't know. Guess they disappears because you didn't see the open. And it gets focused a little bit. And then what is happening inside of here? I guess Stan 1 and Void are just engaging on Elsa. Wow. Void just killed him. What set that up? What made Elsa so low? Because he shouldn't be so low. Especially when they're the one Bongo. He gets rocket at once. Oh, then the mines come out from Stan 1. But a mines plus a rocket really set up Void to go in. And then Void also kills Molly in the back here. Oh, but Jinwoo's clutching up. He ults and then also kills Void. And then Lee Jae Gong reses. Yveltal also reses. Dude, this is a mess. You wouldn't expect the fight to be in here, dude. Dude, it's so hard to kill Mercy when she's resing with ult you. Oh, is Molly gonna get back in his ult? Oh, he is. That's crazy. They missed the sleep on him. Molly could have definitely hit that.
Time to raise my AP.
Okay, so I do cap this point according to the timer. Oh, Lip kills Molly. Okay. Fucking fight. So chaotic, and that's just all, you know, what Farah Widow wants as DPS lineup. Elsa is the one. Elsa is the one swapping over to Hammett now. He makes it get off my character, and he swapped back to Sigma.
Systems at max.
Nice shots from Lip.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
But they capped the first point. It took a long time though. It took a long time to cap the first point, but they did get it. Amang is now on ball. Elsa is still on Sigma. But Amang basically said, Stan 1 can play ball. Does that mean I can also play ball? Yes, Amang. That means you can also play ball. Oh, Molly dies. Molly's been dying a lot on this defense here. Obviously, he is a target, right? A big one. He gets booped by Stan 1. Doesn't get a whole lot of help. Yveltal goes for the res again, though. You know, Yveltal's like, how many times am I gonna have to keep you alive, buddy?
Rains from above.
What the hell is going on? This feels like my solo queue games. Everybody's just going in one by one. Oh, he misses the slam. What do you think of Molly so far compared to Kyo? I think Molly's been pretty good. I think his end is very solid. His end, I haven't seen too much of it. I haven't seen that good this game. But again, I think he's been doing really good, especially on the end. Oh, he tries to slam Lip. And I'm not sure why it doesn't get him up here. But I think if he goes up here, this would be really good, right? He could get a lot of damage on Lip. You could get the slam damage as well. But for some reason, the slam just doesn't let him go up. And it fucks him. Because if he would go up here,
Rains from above.
would have been a lot better. I think he would have still got barrage though. Ping? I don't think that's ping. I think that's just a slight miscalculation or something. Anyway, Amang dies. It's still a clown fiesta.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Amang gets nano. Amang gets slept. Oh no, top speed. Dude, nice sleep from Mizuyaki. See how much damage the nano boosted slam does from him? But nice sleep from Mizuyaki comes out. They're all avoiding Amang. He's too scary. And he's rolling away. Oh, what? He finishes off Lip in there. Too good a ball. He knew. Oh, damn. Bacon Jack is getting the better off Lip this whole game so far. Nice shot from there. Finishes off Lip basically. Amang finishes him off. That's a really aggressive angle too, but oh my god. Dude, this Clown Fiesta is exactly what the Chengdu Hunters want. I think the reason Guangzhou won against the Chengdu Hunters and the reason Dragons is losing now, because Dragons is getting pulled into the Chengdu madness, the Chengdu FFA style of gameplay, And Guangzhou didn't let that happen. They kept playing systematic comps and they kept playing smart. And like Shanghai and fucking Chengdu is just, it's an FFA. Like everything is happening at the same time. Like right now, this looks okay, right? Nice slam there from Ameng on Lee Jae-gon. Hangzhou? Oh yeah, it was Hangzhou that beat wait. Yeah, it was Hangzhou that beat Chengdu, you're right. Hello, Emma Winston. Yeah, all schools are closed, so you now get Overwatch class. Long time no talk, bro. Dude, this is a fair 1v1 if I've ever seen one. Neither one can hit a shot for now. Yeah. So what the Dragons really want to set up right, and why they're playing this comp, and now Hunters have swapped to the counter comp, right? But they want to set up so that Stand 1 can go contest Bacon Jack, and they create space for Lip to shoot Jinmu, right? That's what they want to do. But whenever Stance 1 has been going into the backline, Bacon Jack still hasn't really been contested. And Bacon Jack has been getting the better of Lip. Corona's the best thing that could have happened to you. Why? I can't go to the gym anymore.
Helden sterben nicht.
Dude, Ameng has been failing his rolls. See, as I said, Stand 1 really wants to go on Bacon Jack. Now we hit the mines. So he's gonna solo kill him. So nice job by Stand 1 there. And like, what I've always said is, right, Hammond's biggest counters are Samra and Mei. And Mei isn't being played by either team. So Hammond's good, right? And Samra is banned. So Wrecking Ball kind of has free field in that both these teams, or Dragons, especially on this attack here, just isn't favoring the Mei, and it's freeing up Ameng to pick his favorite character, right? This time though, good attack from the Dragons. They had Stand 1 slam the enemy Widow and even kill him, and now Lip has finally gotten space, right, to go on Jinmu. That's exactly what they want to do, and that's what they've been wanting to do all this time. Nice shot there too. Damn. Oh, tries to get the hit on the Mercy. Doesn't get it. This time Fleta's not gonna let the res happen though.
60 seconds.
Yvelto's still gonna go for it. Is he? He's not. He's just gonna drop off the map. What? Dude, this guy's insane at Mercy. Dude, I thought he was just gonna drop off the map and die. Wait. What has happened? How is this? Okay, so he's got his Falcon. You know, his Fair's dead. He's picking out the Glock. He dodges a rocket. You know, gets the shift, dodges, jukes the enemy team, wants to go for the res. Oh, the Widow body's already gone. Okay. Wanted to go for the res then. Sees this little Hammond friend. And then, how does he... What? How does he do this jump? Huh? He has the option to jump to the heal. Oh, GA to beam target? Dude, who the freak has that thing on? I've never seen a Mercy that has that option on. Is that the play?
No one can hide.
Maybe it's okay with the Pharah Mercy, right? Because then he can like beam the Pharah. But what, dude? How does he get this jump? He should not be able to jump through a wall to him just because he has the beam on. Maybe there's a bug with that whole setting. Oh, and then he gets out. Dude, this guy's a genius. He's gonna get out. What is that movement? This setting is bugged?
Aktiviert.
I've never seen a Mercy use it like this. 20 HP. Cancels the jump, gets healed, right? Wants to go back in for the Glockening. And then, he should really die here. He's gonna go fall off the map. And then, he does this. He hits the wall. I guess he tries to get back to his team. But he floats. And he goes back to there. And he escapes. The Great Mercy escape.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
Evil talk. You know, he made that way too hard though.
Damage increase.
What he should have just done was fly over here. His fair's dead. He tries to go for the res a little bit. And then he should just take the L and go back to his team and stay with his team.
60 seconds remaining.
Or he should go and duel the Widow somewhere. But instead he goes like back for some reason. So he makes it too complicated for himself. But then he does make the great escape. It was all worth it. He's insane at Mercy.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know you could do that at all. And I have like a lot of hours in Mercy too.
Turret's forward barrier.
Aiming, going for Izayaki with the nano. Dude, this is aiming town. Get out of here. Dude, Yveltal living there was big too. Because his ferret already respawned. That's nasty.
30 seconds remaining.
Dude, how did the dragons even lose it after that? It is fro. Like, they're 2 up right now. The Widow is dead. And the Fair has just come back from spawn. It's these crazy close spawns on the Rado, dude. And then the Hunter's target focus is just off. Like, they fucking go for the Mercy. He gets out. And then they give the nano to Amang. And then people come back. And then there's 6 people again. Wow, they started that fight off with 2 kills as well. Nano Amang is OP when he doesn't get slept.
30 seconds remaining.
If you don't do crazy stuff like this, Chengdu's not the right place for you? I guess so. Dude, Lip gets another pick. Finally picked up the drive here.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh, that was a nice shot. Holy crap. Bacon Jack. I've widowed. Oh, he gets res though. Yveltal again. Coming in clutch. That wasn't a hard res, but, you know.
I am
Oh.
Justice reigns
Bear's
from
nanoed,
above.
but...
Justice reigns from
Oh.
above.
Okay. The counter barrage on the barrage. Fleta kills both. But Stand 1 dies while all this is going on. Oh, he got slept when he went in. Dude, he's kind of alone too. I mean, he has to go alone, obviously. But there's 3 people he's going on right now. Normally, you can kind of solo out the Widow as the Hammond. But I wouldn't advise going on a stack of 3. Still 2. He's at 2 for 2 right now. And then Charlie Niner. Oh, no. Did nobody touch? I think the Diva could have touched, maybe. If Void goes right now. Oh, Fleta gets killed just before he touches.
Victory.
I don't know how Void didn't touch it. I mean, Fleta was gonna touch, and then He just got killed as he's about to touch.
The battle
Dude,
continues.
he's so close too.
Victory.
But yes, it's United. Wow, that's 2 maps for Chengdu. I swear, dude. Why do people like go down in the dirt, Chengdu? I feel like no flame, but Chengdu
This
is like a dirty team. You know, they're like they pull out stuff you don't expect. They're a dirty team, right? They will pull you. They will try to like pull you in the dirt with them, right? They're in the dirt. They're kids playing in like a sand castle with a lot of mud and dirt. And then whoever they play, they're like a parent, right? And they're trying to just do their own thing, you know, have a conversation with other parents, trying to play the game. And then Chengdu's like, come play with me. And then he try to like pull people into the dirt. And Dragons in this situation, they're saying like, yeah, I'll play with you. I'll play in the dirt, you know. And then because the dirt is Chengdu's playground, they win. But if you just stay outside of the sandbox, stay outside of the mud, be a parent, then Chengdu won't win against you. Life lessons with Kasoras. And on that note, we'll go into Eichenwald, where hopefully Shanghai will stay out of the dirt.
Ready for battle.
Okay. I'll be right back real quick. I'm gonna grab some water. Spoiler, this will be even worse. That's rough. Will Shanghai Dragons be fully submerged into the kids' dirt? The kids' dirt. The Chengdu dirt. Match was so fun, but I feel bad for Shanghai Dragon fans. I please don't be. Shanghai Dragon is really good. They dominated the Guangzhou Charge, but that's because, you know, the Guangzhou Charge was like parent against parent. There was no dirt involved. It was a fair, fun match. Okay, so let's see what the Chengdu Hunters are pulling out now. This is just a scout. They're just playing the sim to scout a little bit. Dragons, on the other hand, are playing a spam comp. They're adapting to the Kree because they've seen Jinmu play a lot of Pharah. This also is a good Pharah map. So I like this adaptation, right? The Kree is more of an all-round character than the Hanzo. The Hanzo is more of like a spam mirror character. So good picks here, the Dragons. Okay. Lee Jae-gon gets picked. One follow is one cry for Lee Jae-gon. I cry every time. Dude, he just gets double fucked. He just gets bombed. He's boomed. He's tilted. What is that? Dude, the rockets just hit him. What the f... This man is a god of Pharah. He's Pharah aim lock. How did he hit? He just jumps into it. Caution, Lee Jae-gon. Pharah rockets do damage. Dodge them. Don't run into them. Okay. But Lee Jae-gon gets picked. This I mean, now everything falls apart for the Dragons. Like, the Baptiste is so mandatory. He gives all the heals for the tanks, basically. That you really need him to win fights properly. Lee Jae-gon is going to try and come back. Leaf gets picked, though. Nice shots by Lip. Dude, he's trying to set stuff up here. Oh, the flank. El Flanco Grande. Oh. Oh, he almost hits him. I guess the drone was still up, so it wouldn't have mattered. Dude, this guy doesn't miss. Oh, he does miss. Oh, he hits another one. Oh my god, another one. Dude, hearing dinks is so satisfying. Oh my god, hit him! Okay, he does miss sometimes. Wait. How did the Arissa and the Zen go in there? How did Fleta die? What is happening? Lip is hit scan only, I think. I'm not sure what his hero pool is, to be honest. Shanghai Dragon can't feel any worse than it did Season 1. Yeah, kind of wild he's bench DM. I think it's because Lip is the better Hanzo. So most of the time you'll play this comp of Hanzo, right? But now they're playing the Kree just to counter the Chengdu Hunters. Anyway, what happens over here? Lee Jae-gon is dead. Stand 1 goes mega aggro. Which is good, right? Generally, when your healing support is dead, you try to make the fight quick. Because you won't win the spam war anyway because you don't have any healing. So they're going mega aggro. Fleta kind of gets booped out. He doesn't have the ice walk. I got forced out earlier, so he's gonna die. And then at this point, Izayaki and Stand 1 are in there, dude. They're trying to finish off Lip's damage, I guess, but now they get surrounded. They were a little too deep. They're evil toastering in the corner, dude. But yeah, that should seal the deal here. Dude, I swear the Shanghai comp is really good into the Hunters comp right now. They're running the same tanks. Mei is really good in the close range tank war. Mei will like fuck up Amang and Elsa and will give them a lot of space just by being Mei, right? But just because Lee Jae-gon got picked so early, all the space was gone, right? That like really sets back the Dragons. Because I feel like the Dragons comp is very good here.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Like, Mei Creed is really good against aiming on the Wrecking Ball too, right? So he can't pick that. Okay, so let's see how the setup for the second point is here. They're generally getting the high ground pretty well. They're getting angles. Please nobody get picked by Jinmu ever again. Here for that pro review. Hey Gilbot, welcome to the stream. So far, you've missed Chengdu playing Chengdu things and Shanghai trying to win against Chengdu with Chengdu things, which is not going too hot for them. Really though, Chengdu hasn't looked too bad. They've played the comps pretty smartly, and they're playing them to their own style. Dude, Lip's on his own. You should not be on his own right now. You always want, you know, Creed to like, I don't know. He can go on flanks, right? But this is like really far on his own. Like, nobody's there that can heal him, can help him. He does back up, right? but he kind of just gets soloed out. Look, Chengdu is gonna win in hero pools. They thrive on the chaos. That's a very fair assessment. They do good in chaos. Hero pools will probably help them a lot, but also they still have characters they like playing a lot, right? They still love playing the Wrecking Ball, and Wrecking Ball's banned this week. And they love playing Fair Mercy, so Fair or Mercy gets banned. That's bad for them, right? But yeah, in general, I think Chengdu will do better on hero bans than they will in like a set meta that's been going for 4 months, you know?
Helden sterben nicht.
Thank you for the follow, Zepturn. What's going on here? So, Lip ends up dying because he's on his own a little too much. And then, Jinmu. What does he do? He ults on the Sigma ult. So they want to throw a bunch of ults. That's smart because this is a very hard to get through choke. So I'd rather use, you know, a little more ults and be sure that I get through than just using a bunch and not getting through. Jinmu does die because of a nice lamp and then a nice trank. Lidegon. Oh, Lidegon dies though. Ooh. And now Dragons have to back out. So like they kind of played that well, but I feel like they have to play more as a stack, as a group. To beat the Hunter's Calm, right? Because what Fleta, like as Mei can do really well is winning the tank fight for his team. But they're not really going for the tank fight. It feels like they're just still going for duels and trying to just like solo carry, you know. Jinmu now swaps over to the Mei. Mei's good on the end of this third point, this point. And as I said earlier, right, if Chengdu doesn't have a lot of aerial cover, and there really is only this cover, and I'm not even sure if like playing here is good, right? Because the castle cover is like okay, right? You can play here, but it's like still rough. So he swaps off the Pharah again to the Mei. Mei's really good here, and third point, Pharah is borderline like unplayable, right? So they do have like good insight of where Pharah is good and where she's not, and they play to their strengths. I like that.
Cease your resistance.
Nice pull. Sigma ult hits 4 people. Molly's gonna have to drone, but that's okay because it takes their HP, takes their cooldowns. Like if I was Jinmu here, even I wouldn't use my shift just because I know the drone's up. But yeah, it gets a lot of cooldowns out of the hunters, and it will give the Shanghai a lot of space. Now the reaction. Dragon comes out. Good dragon. There wasn't a pull because A-Man can't see, but does also give the hunter some space, right? They also bongo. This is a really bad bongo. Is this bongo okay? They bongo very early. Maybe they just want to get around this corner. I don't know. Bongo doesn't seem too good to me. Because it does hit a bunch of people, right? And it will stay alive. But fight's kind of in a stalemate right now anyway. And now it's like not getting the value it wants anymore. Now it's gonna run out. Question mark? Yeah, it finally ran out. Then one is gonna get his own bongo soon. Oh, but before any of that happens, Izayaki gets picked. What's going on here? Oh, he's jumping. No.
Darkness falls. Activating the barrier.
Oh, he's jumping. Oh. Dude, he's just taking the duels. On brand. Don't jump. because it becomes predictable where your movement is. Izayaki getting picked there is pretty bad because his Discord is vital. Especially because they were in a 3v2 up top here. So if he only has the Discord out on like Elsa and then just plays to live, not take that duel and just like try to right click main instead, they would win this fight up top here. Now stand one though, Hero pulls off aiming. The fighting is rating you with not 8 others. Thank you very much, Dividing. How was your stream? We are looking at the Chengdu Hunters against the Shanghai Dragons. And Shanghai Dragons is losing to themselves, is what we're figuring out. They're a good team, but they're getting pulled into the mud, into the dirt rings by the Chengdu Hunters. There's been... You had a good time? Wow, thanks for all the follows, guys. Jesus. There's been Wrecking Ball mirrors. There's been Farah duels, you know. All these characters that hunters are really good at and have probably practiced a lot in scrims. Shanghai is getting pulled into as well. You had a good time too? I also think the map pool that's been here has actually been really favoring the hunters. It's all been very good Farah maps. What did you do on your stream? Did you do the Owl Viewer? Did you play Overwatch or what? I think Chengdu at this point is just gonna clean this up. I don't know how they won this fight up top so hard. Like, they were in a 3v2 right now. They've used their cooldowns. Why do they win this fight? They should not win in this 2v2 right now, because Void just ulted them earlier. Played Ori and the Blind Forest, very fun. Would recommend if you like platformer / puzzle games. I do like those sometimes. But right now I just don't have any time. But if I have free time, I will play that. So what ended up happening was Molly popped up and he started helping the duo of Jinmu and Elsa with his Baptiste ult. So nice job there. Overall, I think Fleta and Void were just pushing really hard to try and get that Fleta ult off, but maybe a little too hard. Lee Jae-gon is also trying to help now. Jesus, what is happening? It's a mess again. The Bongo comes out. It's a pretty good Bongo. It gets people. Look at that range. Dude. Bongo is such a good ult, dude. Wait, it gets killed, but if we go back. Look at how far it hits Lee Jae-gon. Look at that range. It's a 50% damage boost right here. It goes all the way up there. It's like a year away. And now Lee Jae-gon gets 50% damage boost. Dude, same happens for Fleta. Look at how far it goes from here to here. That's like map wide, dude. That's like a 30-meter range. Elsa finally gets frozen. I don't think Fleta wins this solo though. Oh, but Izayaki's back and he kills Yveltal. Nice. So he died early, but now he's starting to win the duels. And Shanghai clean up, especially because they got these closer spawns, right? The end of Eichenwald 2nd is so hard to cap because this, if people are fighting here and trades happen, the defenders have only to come from here, right? This is like a 2-minute walk. And then you're already in the fight. While if you are an attacker, your spawn is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds away. And that's by us flying really fast, right? So you have to walk for like 15 seconds instead of 5 seconds. So obviously it's very hard to cap. You have to like use an ult advantage or play the fight out really, really well. Just to cap that, right? That's that defender advantage in Overwatch sometimes. Okay. Now it's a true mirror matchup. Dragons have finally pushed Hunters to a comp that they know how to play against, right? Hunters kind of had to like make these swaps because they were still on the Mercy. Obviously, you want Yveltal on the BAP and Molly on the Brig. Yeah. Leave is on the Hanzo. This makes a lot of sense, right? This is really good on this last part of this map because whoever gets this high ground controls this entire map, right? This castle high ground is super strong, and if the enemy team has Mei, their Mei and Sigma are just gonna play up here if the rest of the team has to contest cart, right? And then they're gonna get behind you and have all the angles on you. So being able to, you know, capture this high ground specifically because you have Mei is really strong. They already had Mei a little earlier, but they're just swapping to spam supports, right? Also why they swapped off the fair. Yeah, that's rough. Like, how do you even walk in here? They're trying to like recap the high ground, right? And there's a few ways to do this as the attacking team. You can either go this top left side and then push from out here, right? Spam people from in here, which is a good move. Or you can go from inside here and then go up here, or I think you can go out here and go around this side. Try to cap it that way. But generally, this side is very easy to stuff for the defending team. They'll just shoot you when you walk under, right? And then when they know you're here, they're just going to go position right in front of the door. And it becomes very hard to walk out. But this side is just as hard. This is a very long cross. You go from here all the way to here. So it's a good job by the Dragons to realize that they're going to go for this rotation. They're defending their high ground. And then they walk through. You would love to see some insight as to what the main supports are doing. Okay, so let's talk about Baptiste a little bit, right? I'm not going to go on his POV for too long. But generally, the job as Baptiste is, one, you're an AoE healing support. So your right clicks do AoE healing on the ground. So you tend to want to hit as many people with your right clicks as you can. Then, perhaps most important, right? He has two incredible abilities. He has his shift, which is an AoE heal that does, I think, 150 healing over like 3 seconds. And it also does self-healing. So it makes him sustain himself. And then he has his amplification, or his drone, as many people call it, which has a really long cooldown. But it's basically a support ult in an ability. So for example, they get Sigma ulted up. If you time it properly, you can deny the whole Sigma ult with it, right? So it's just incredibly strong ability. Those are the reasons you really play BAP. And then he also does a lot of shield damage. And his ult, Amplification Matrix, it gets farmed very fast. And with it, you can combo with Pull, and you can amplify most of this whole composition's damage. You have the Zen, who gets amplified, right? You have the Sigma, you have the Orisa, who super synergizes with BAP, because Orisa can also pull people into the BAP ult, which is a really good combo. And then obviously Hanzo can also shoot for the ult. But yeah, BAP's job is to keep his team alive and farm his ult and play with ult in this comp, especially in the mirror, right? So let's see what Yveltal is doing here. He has to walk through, right? He knows the enemy team pops out the amplification matrix, and what happens here is Jinmu misses the wall. That's very rough. Obviously, if he hits this wall, it's a lot better. I don't know how this... What the hell? How does this wall go like that, bro? I feel really bad for Jinmu now. Were you guys seeing this? He has his cursor on the high
This
ground.
will stop them.
And it goes there. Dude, I didn't... The wall goes here instead of here. Yikes. That's rough. Because if he would wall this, obviously, you know, they could make this rotation. And it would go a lot smoother and they wouldn't die here. Especially with Yveltal also using the drone to keep his team alive. It's a good drone because he's getting pulled right now. Generally, if you get pulled, then as the main support, you have to expect there's follow-up from the enemy team, right? And then you drone. Even though it's such a long cooldown, you have to get into this left side. But they failed the wall. Very unfortunate. And it's a reset.
Team kill.
Let's see here. What is Lee J Gon doing? Because obviously that was a great amplification matrix from him.
Osmate is almost ready.
Oh yeah. What I didn't talk about was Baptiste's vertical mobility, right? If he charges his control, he charges a jump where he can then like take high ground to it very easily, and the jump actually goes really high. You can easily get from here up to here, right? So him being able to like use high grounds to his will is very good for Baptiste because he actually does a significant amount of damage if he hits a lot of left clicks. So as you can see, he's using that jump to get angles on the enemy team and scout. Using his jump to dodge the pull too. His team goes bottom, uses the mail, and again, as I said, there's only two real ways to get to the high ground. It's either go through here or go through here. And this time, the dragons see, hey, the enemy team is going here. Okay, we're just gonna mail them when they walk in. Elsa gets frozen. Doesn't die. There's a lot of help. There's also the drone. More ults come out, and this is very hard to spectate. Ameng dies because of the Sigma ult on Hunter's side. But yeah, I like the aggressiveness from Shanghai. And I can definitely see like why they beat Spark, or no, it was Guangzhou in the mirror, right? But Hunter's just like pulling out a lot of the Hunter stuff. I think the map pool is also very good for the Hunters. Oh, nice picks. So yeah, aggressive fight from Shanghai. I really like that. They ended up using a lot of ults, but still, it's like good to take those aggressive fights. Elsa actually farmed a lot of ult. He used his ult early in that fight. Almost got it back. And now this is where the Hunters really have to take this fight, right? They have a lot of ults. Nice wall there actually from Fleta. You keep the enemy team out and being able to spam them a little bit more. Always good. They're just kind of sitting up here spamming. At this point, if they don't want the enemy team to rotate, they take side. And the cart went all the way over here earlier, right? But now because Dragons have won a few fights in a row, cart's all the way back here again. Going for the aggressive hold again. Oh, this time though, I like this from the Hunters. They're pushing left side with only their Mei and Sigma because they're good at close range. And the rest of their team is taking angles and pushing cart. So unless Fleta gets like a really good wall here, where they can push on the Mei Sigma, the Mei Sigma is actually in a really good spot here. Because if they get pushed, Jinmu's just going to wall off whoever walks in. And they're going to win that 2v1, right? So how do you punish this? You don't really, I think. You can spam the Sigma shield here. That's good. Oh, Jinmu pushed out a little bit too far. But he's still going to be okay because he has the ice block, right? Yeah. Hanzo ult comes out now from leave. So I really like that 4 or like that 2-man split with the Sigma and Mei. And especially in the mirror, that's how you retake. Hanzo ult comes out and helps. Jinmu might die here. Ooh, he lives. Okay. He's 1 HP. They get the pack though. But then Leave ends up dying to Izayaki. Nice pick there from Izayaki. Watch his POV. The Hanzo ult comes out. He knows the Hanzo's there. Oh, the Hanzo's fighting his own Hanzo. Lip has to back out. Yeah, and then Izayaki just finishes him off. But yeah, I like the split still from the Hunters. They finally have the high ground somewhat. Like, the Sigma's in a really good spot here. And the Mei's just going to go back up too. And as you can see, for the Shanghai, once they drop, there's no real way to get back on the high ground for all these people. Like, otherwise you have to, like, go over here and then go up. But nobody's going to do that. And you're not going to go like this either. So they're stuck on the low ground now. So this high ground is free for Elsa now. Did a good job getting it. Oh, never mind. Izayaki killed him. The high ground should have been free. But Izayaki. He's on the flank, dude. Elsa should really know it at this point. That is a Zen shooting him. Wait, he dropped his shield. Dude, Elsa misplayed this. Misplayed this really hard. Yeah, he gets the high ground. Then he gets shot by the Zen. And then he drops his shield and starts shifting. But because he dropped his shield on this side, he's now getting shot again by bongoed people. So he shouldn't have dropped his shield. And he should have shifted Izayaki, and he should just went back in this room, then put a shield up again, and then pushed out again, right? Together with Jinmu's coming back up, but Elsa misplays it. He drops his shield, even though it was 700 HP, and he ends up dying. Now Izayaki's on a tear, dude. Oh, he doesn't know. Jinmu's here. Okay, he drops. That's smart. Dude, Izayaki just fucking solo carried that for Shanghai. Oh, stand 1. Gets booped. He's okay. That's still pretty bad though, because he's going to be out of the fight for a while. Trans comes in from Ali. Izayaki finally dies. I don't know how he dies, but he does. So he forces the Trank out. And then, oh, he's just on the wrong side of town, buddy. Yeah, he dropped because the Mei was on him. Maybe he should have fought the Mei up here. Not sure. Anyway, he forced the Trance out. He probably like fought, oh, I'm gonna go trade with the other Zen. That would have been good. Because again, trades are good because the spawns are so close, right? Now Chengdu's pushing. Lip has taken the high ground. This is what Hanzo's really good at, right? You can like go up and down high grounds very easy. Went out of spawn though. Took the flank. Not really hitting the shots, and he's getting shot back though. And now he's gonna die to Leave. Oh. Nope. Leave didn't see him. Oh. And Ameng didn't have his shift anymore. So again, when you can force Ameng off Wrecking Ball, you're good. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Did he need to fortify there? Like, Lip is shooting him, but he's still full HP, right? I think you really want to fortify later. If Lip stays up there and he keeps shooting you, fortify at 200 HP, you know? But now he's full HP, and he uses fortify to prevent damage, but Void almost has ult, right? And fortify has a long cooldown. So once his fortify is over, he's screwed, you know? He's just gonna get ulted. Yeah, that's rough. Like,
公主不许走。
I think he could have been more patient with the fortify there, because now Jinmu has to like sit on cart. He's fine. He's fine. Oh, big Sigma ult coming out for Elsa. Okay, not too big. Apparently people were able to walk out of it. Oh, did he get pooped off the map and did he ult back on? Is that what happened? That'd be cool. I don't know. Probably didn't happen. I probably just want that to happen. Yeah. He just used it and went out of LOS so he can't get stunned, right? Because if you get stunned in the ult now, you lose it.
公主不许走。
Pool comes out, misses. And Fleta comes with ult. And this is a great ult. Hits everybody on the cart. People have to touch because it's overtime. And Shanghai hold on second. So good hold for them overall.
Score.
Like, especially because they completely threw first point by having Lee Jae-gong instantly die.
Initiate.
So holding on second when you lose first point in one fight is really good. And it just is a testament to, one, how good this castle area is on second and how good this defender's advantage is. And two, that Shanghai can beat the Hunters when they're playing a mirror composition. When they're playing, like, you know, two adults fighting each other, you know? Two people playing the meta, Shanghai win.
5, 4,
But
3, 2, 1.
when Hunters throw a lot of mud and a lot of sand
Objective A.
at Shanghai, they're not sure how to react. Okay, let's see. Hunters defense. Kind of what you expect of the Hunters, right? They're displaying a general spam composition with the Pharah here. They're playing with the Pharah and Diana. There's not as much shield damage in this comp, but they have the Pharah wildcard, right? And Jinwoo's been able to do a lot on this Pharah. And what I generally feel is the counter is like shifting your focus a little bit. Maybe you go Kree instead of Hanzo. And second, you really want to play off your pool and Sigma rocks. So I want to take like a big eye on... Oh, they instantly get picked. That's like really undisciplined. But I want to take a big eye on Sen 1 and see how he uses his pools, right? Okay. So, Dragons have regrouped. They've used 40 seconds so far. Let's see how the second attack goes. They swapped to the Kree like I said they could. They wall to walk in, right? There's no Mei on the enemy team, so I don't think they need to wall to walk in. And when they do wall, what I'd like them to do, instead of doing this, is to wall more forward. And why I'm saying this, guys, is because of how shields work, right? If they would have walled off aiming, right? So the shield is up right now, right here. The Pharah Mercy is really aggressive. Right, he has pull. If they would have walled more forward and walled off Elsa and not aiming, they could have, while rotating, shot aiming and forced this fortify maybe, right? Like forcing cooldowns is very important. Like just using this wall to stay alive is okay though. Like it's fine. What I'd really like them to do is wait until Jinmu's used the shift like now, and then go for a pull on him with the Pharah or with the Orisa. Oh, so they do go for a pull right here, but then they don't rock. Void doesn't throw a rock at the pole. I don't know why. But if he would have rocked that pole and they stunned the Fair Mercy, they could easily kill him. Leave kills Izayaki though. This is a good angle from Leaf. Nice. Yeah, that was good. It's hard to push the Hanzo there too. He can lunge away to his team and then get the Mercy Pocket. Nice pick on Izayaki. And now they're still just going in. They're mega split. They try to just rock the fair instead of pull rocking.
Justice reigns from above.
Jinmu show. He had his ult. Okay. Did they use the Baptiste ult there? Or did they just not have a bot? Wait. Wait. Did they use Baptiste ult?
Light them up.
Okay, so they just use it to shoot aiming. Nice try. They were just trying to like make space with that, but they were already 2 down, I think. And Fair is like a character that tests how good your team coordination is the best, right, and how disciplined you are. Because she gets her ult really quick by spamming, and she can pick people very easily. Like a damage boosted rocket does 160 damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, again, they walk in with the wall right. This is okay. This time they shield Leave, so he can't do the same thing. But they're not all walking in. Look at this, guys. Like it's a mess. These guys are walking in. These guys are staying back because they're scared of Farah. And now they're split. Okay, they've pushed the Mei Sigma in, which is good. But they're still in front of the choke. Having your Mei Sigma flank is good, right? I like these two being on an off angle. But yeah, they are taking a lot of time to set up. Nice angle here from Jinmu to get damage on the Fair Mercy. Or the damage on the Sigma Mei. And what I'm saying about the off angle here, guys, this isn't really an off angle, right? Like with the Mei Sigma. This is just another way to spam the same side. Right? Like just having your Mei Sigma here is just still the same angle. So it doesn't force Elsa and aiming to like go back or give up space. The J-Gun ends up dying to Elsa ult, obviously, because so many failed pushes have happened for the dragons. The tank ults and all the other ults are going to come up for the dragons here. Aiming does end up dying.
I feel unstoppable.
Mercio comes out again. They just rock solo and pull solo. Evoltal kills 2. He's the new Neptuno over here. Blocking people. Reses. Blocks. Ooh. Okay, he just last hit 2 people, guys. Wait, he's nanoed. Wait, they nanoed him. They nanoed the Mercy, who was ulting. Dude, he's blocking. Oh, he would have gotten that kill too. That's BM, dude. The hunters are BMing at this point. Dude, that's bad too, because they used free ults while they only really needed 1. I feel like they only really need the Sigma ult. Now Lip is swapping to the Hanzo. Maybe because they're like trying to just fight the Orisa a lot. And the Hanzo is a bit more you know, movement. You can get in a little easier. You can get pot shots. But I'd really like to see them go for the Fair Mercy with their pull rock. Like the Fair Mercy's right above them right here. He has no shift. So if you pull him, he will either have to eat out, right? Which is fine, then you have space. Or he'll have to get hit by the pull rock. Okay. But a dragon in here. Anti-drone. Void and then let our fight. They get the May ice block, but that's not too big of a deal. That's a good trade for dragon. Now Bongo comes out, right? So Hunters just still had a lot of ults in the ult bank. Gotta use his ult. Hunter just doesn't have ice block and still goes this aggro. Maybe he could have just used his ult and then they could have all shot shield and he would have been fine, you know. Elsa still dies even though he didn't get close. That's an error, I think. And then Jinmu doing Jinmu things. Kills everybody. Dude, he's fucking ground fair right now. He's just pushing people. Wow, that's a nice flank. Holy crap, he just one-shot those two supports. But this next fight, Dragon should really win. They have a lot of ults coming in here. And hundreds of zero ults. All they gotta do is just walk in, put the bongo like aggressively, defend the bongo, you know, go for pulls on the Fair Mercy. They get pulled, the Baptisto comes out. We should create a bunch of space for them. You gotta push, you gotta push, you gotta push. They use wall here and then they walk away. And then they bongo, but they don't have shield for it. Bless me. Wait, it's not how it works. Anyway. Yeah, they bongo. But he doesn't have shield up right now. And like, don't use hand. Oh my bad, I gotta sneeze in my elbow. I'll go wash my hands in a bit.
Pass into the iris.
Okay, now they've got some space, but they wasted their bongo, kind of wasted their bapple. They had to trank because of pressure. I don't know. There seems just to be no idea for how Shanghai deal with Fair Mercy. And it's, you push up, you watch her use her shift because she has to use shift to stay in the air, right? And then I feel like you pull rock her. Window to get into position for bongo is actually, I think the window was fine, yes. I think it could have been placed more to shoot someone specifically, especially if they're gonna use the Mei wall on Ameng too. But the bongo placement and defense wasn't good, right? If he would have like waited like 1 or 2 seconds and had the shield for it, that would have been a lot better. Fair doesn't do that much shield damage, to be honest. Like, if they want the wall Ameng here, then I think placing the Bapple a little more aggro is good. Like, they could have placed it like where the shield is right now, like here. If they're gonna use the wall on Ameng anyway. Because now they can't really shoot him with the shield. But they kind of whiff. that's okay. That's an okay window.
Cease your
But then,
resistance.
yeah, this bongo isn't as okay in my opinion. I think he just panics. He thinks he's gonna die, so he just puts him down. But he instantly gets killed by the Fair Mercy, and there's just not focusing the Fair Mercy hard at all, or like doing the right steps to deal with the Fair Mercy.
Warrium Wittig.
Okay, so they get some trades on point. The Fair Mercy's still alive. Jinmu's still wrecking kids. Oh.
Heroes never die.
Yeah. And then finally, people start coming back from the hunters. Amang's on Wrecking Ball. Dude, that's OP. You have the best Wrecking Ball player in the game. And then he just comes back on ball when you need to fight. And he wrecks shit up. And then Chengdu has another ult. So I think the steps
Victory.
that the because Dragons had a great defense, right? Like their defense was insane. They just didn't seem to know how to deal with the Fair Mercy. And there's generally two ways to deal with Fair Mercy, I feel. Either you shoot the enemy tank hard enough that you just win the shield war and you kill them, or you shoot the enemy shield, you force space, right? And then when you get space, you look for opportunities to either force the Fair Mercy out, or you pull her and then you combo and kill her, right? Generally, if you get a pull on the Fair Mercy, I feel she should die. Especially with pull rock combos. And even if she doesn't die, even like throwing a pull at her will force her to go back, and you can continue shooting the enemy tank, right? But now, they kept defensive walling when going in, which is okay, but I think the wall can be used more aggressively too. Especially when they have Bappled like they did. Anyway, sloppy attack from Shanghai, and I feel like the whole series is kind of characterized by Shanghai being a better team in the mirror, right? They know what steps to take. But when Chengdu pulls out something they don't really know how to play against, their answers weren't proper or weren't as good. And that really showed. And that's why Chengdu could, even though they had to mirror sometimes, win on these maps. For everybody watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching this VOD review, and I will see you guys in the next one.